This episode is sponsored by Tomboy X. Y'all know how much I love Tomboy X. I am a broken record at this point at how much I talk about them, but I mean it when I say they are the only underwear I wear anymore, and I wouldn't change it for the world. They're so cute, and also the brand is queer founded and queer run, which we love, and what a good brand to support this holiday season. I love their boy shorts. If you're a tomboy and you're looking to elevate your lingerie, I highly recommend them, but they also look so cute on everyone, and they have a bunch of different styles, and they don't just have underwear, they also have loungewear and swimwear, so check out Tomboy X. Use code word Shannon so they know I sent you and get 20% off your first order. That's tomboyx.com, code word Shannon. This episode is sponsored by Shopify. I've used Shopify for years now, literally since the beginning of my online career. Everything I've ever sold has been on and through Shopify. If you've ever wanted to sell anything, nobody does selling like Shopify. It's home to the #1 checkout on the planet. The planet. Shopify is so user-friendly. If you've never sold anything before, I highly recommend you check it out. But also, if you sold a million things before, it is the best-selling platform. So if you're looking to switch over and sell on a different platform, Shopify is the home for you. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that I use at Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/exes. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/exes and upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/exes. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to X's and O's. I'm your host, Shannon Beveridge, and I'm going to do a quick little intro just to catch you up on my life. When's the last time I had to do my intro? Oh, I was in Ohio. Well, I'm back in California, as you can see. The set has evolved again, and it will continue to change. It's like still not set, which I think is pretty crazy. I thought it would be done by now, but we are making like minute changes all the time, and we're waiting for it to get like fully done. I still need to get art to go up there. It's crazy doing furniture things. Yeah, so I'm growing up. If you couldn't tell, I'm really getting older, wiser, smarter, better, barely trying. Always trying. If you didn't know, I'm going on tour March 2025. If you haven't bought a ticket yet, please go buy a ticket because they actually are selling out, which is crazy. And also, we may be announcing a couple more shows, and so keep an eye out. Follow me on all my socials and you'll see that. But yeah, please buy a ticket if you want to come and see me and hang out and take pictures and listen to the podcast live, like see a live taping of a podcast. If you've never done it, I actually hadn't done it until South by Southwest. Like last year I went and watched one, and it's really fun. It's a fun experience. I hope mine will be fun. I know it will be fun. So please come. And also, I just wanted to tell y'all, I made a tomboy gift guide on ShopMy. So I'll put it in the description. You guys can check it out. But I know some people were like, some of the products are expensive on there. You could just use it as a suggestion. If you have a tomboy person in your life, you want to buy them gifts, or if you are a tomboy and you don't know what to ask for, check it out. I think it does kind of like point in some directions that maybe are things you could ask for. So that's in the description below. Other than that, this is very short intro because I don't really have that much to update you guys on. I feel like, I don't know. I don't have that much. I need to start writing stuff down. Oh, I'm reading a book. I'm reading Big Swiss. If you guys haven't read it, you should read it. I had read Sunburn. If you guys want me to keep maybe I'll just keep a list. Or what are we supposed to switch to? It's not Goodreads. There's a different kind of website to do book reviews on. Tell me below in the comments, and I'll download that so I can tell you guys what I'm reading as I'm reading. But other than that, I hope you enjoy this episode with Maude. She's so cool. It was such a fun episode, and yeah, enjoy. Okay, hi guys. My name is Shannon Beveridge. Welcome back to X's and O's, a podcast where we talk about queer relationships and sex. And today, my guest is Maude Latour. I'm so excited that she came. Her debut album, Sugar Water, is out now. You can listen to it everywhere you stream music. And she is also going on tour this March, so you can catch her live performing her new album. And yeah, we talked about all things growing up in New York, moving to LA, relationships, sex, music videos, making out in music videos, all of the above. So look forward to the episode. I really, really enjoyed this one. And you guys can follow Maude, and all her socials will be below. Okay. Enjoy. So we were just talking about New York, LA. How long have you lived in LA now?
I've lived in LA for 11 months, I guess.
Oh my gosh, almost a year.
Almost a year.
How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I think it's just getting into the swing of things. You know, it takes like a year.
I think it takes like 2 years in LA.
It takes 2 years?
I swear. But mostly
good.
like it's a friend thing, I think.
Definitely.
For me, personally, it took a long time.
I need about 3 more friends and then I'll be
Oh my God,
happy.
then you'll be set.
I know.
How many friends do you have right now?
I currently have 3 and I would love 3 more, I guess, to be totally honest.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do you have all the friends that you're looking for?
I feel like I have like a very robust friend group, but I've lived here for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of set.
Yeah.
Can you explain? You're born in Sweden.
Totally.
Then you moved to London.
Totally.
Then New York, then Hong Kong, then New York.
Yes, you got it down perfectly.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
No one ever knows. Yeah, that's my story. I'm half Dutch, which is none of those places, but
No.
I speak Dutch.
Nice.
I also speak Mandarin, but I'm forgetting.
Yeah, Mandarin seems impossible if you weren't using it like every day.
Totally, and I haven't studied it since high school. So it's slipping by the wayside.
Oh my God, well, you have to practice.
I know.
I feel like that's such a flex. Mandarin is like one of the hardest languages to learn, right?
Like maybe English is.
I heard English is also very hard. I'm like, we are so privileged that we learned it first. Is your dad Dutch?
My dad's Dutch.
Okay.
Totally.
Do you identify as more of like an East Coast person then?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I kind of identify with New York the most. I've lived there for like 15 years or so.
In the city the whole time?
In the city, yeah.
That's crazy.
Manhattan.
When I see like a kid in New York, I'm like, what are you doing here?
I know.
Like they shouldn't be there.
No, we run that city.
It's so weird. I also feel like you
children.
have to grow up so fast if you live in Manhattan like that.
I grew up fast. I feel like that's what made me think I could be a pop star. I was like, put my headphones on and go on the subway, and I was like, this is my town.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Like so much confidence.
Totally.
But you have a song that you were saying something. Which song is it?
Dude, you really did your homework. I'm so honored.
Oh my God. Wait, but what was it? Was about like
Come
learning
Down?
that you
Wait.
oh my God, what is it called? Like that you can die. Like the death of like
That's a lot of my songs.
yeah,
Wait,
I mean, yeah, a lot of
learning you could die.
What is it? Fuck. What is it called when you like
Babe, I'm
realize
not
that you
afraid to
are not
die.
invincible?
Yeah.
Like which song is that?
They're kind of, I would say half of them are about
I feel
that.
like it was about like an ex that
Oh, Come Down.
Calm down. That was right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, you were my first true love. That one?
yeah.
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 Oh
That's
my
like
God. You
gotta be-
resonated with that one?
Yeah, of course. Because I also feel like that's like a crazy important part of like growing up is like realizing that you are not invincible.
Oh
and
my
like
God.
being in Manhattan, I feel like you would feel double invincible. Because like the
Oh my
world is
God.
at your fingertips all the time.
Dude, you're talking about exactly it. Totally.
Exactly it.
Totally.
Do you feel like that's like the thesis of your album in a way?
Yeah, it totally is. It's like what comes after realizing you're not invincible. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And also that's such
Totally.
I like the thing I love about your music so much is I feel like it's
You
so
love my music?
Yes, of course.
What?
Yes, of course.
I had no idea you knew who I was.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? You also open for my ex-girlfriend.
So true. So
I
true.
know you are.
So maybe you would especially not know. Listen
No,
to
my God, no, I love your music. And I think that like there's something so special about writing music at the age that you're at because like a 30-year-old cannot write like a 25-year-old, a 25-year-old.
Dude, that's why I'm trying to write all the songs right now before I forget the feeling.
The feelings because they're
I'm
so
already forgetting
intense.
them.
Like when you're 25, right?
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
You know everything.
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
March 19th.
Cool.
Is your birthday October 8th?
Yeah, Shannon. My birthday's October 8th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Got it.
Wait, what? You're March 19th?
I'm a Pisces.
Cool. How old are you?
I'm 32.
You're 32.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So you couldn't write like me, but I can't write like you.
Yeah, true.
But it is like
a wisdom.
It's so like, I just feel like that's such a unique thing that you like will have almost like a diary of those feelings forever.
Totally.
Especially because I feel like you're putting your music out like pretty quickly.
lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to, I feel like that's like a new development with artists in general is like
moving fast.
Moving faster. Because I feel like, I don't even know,
streaming
like
services.
Yeah. And like 5 years ago, like albums were, people would write an album for like 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like now people are like, we have to keep going.
Totally.
People are going to like.
I took 2 years to write this album.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah. It felt like forever.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I won't take that long the next time.
Do you have music? Are you writing already again?
I'm starting to write, but I need to like reinvent the wheel before I really can say something again.
Fair enough. Like live more life.
Live more life.
Totally.
Living life is a big part of it, and there's no way to do it without that, I'm realizing.
No.
Because I'm singing about, like, now I'm singing about being in LA the day before, yesterday. Like, I'm singing about writing songs.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so happy to live in New York for so long, because I was going to college and living my life, and the music was like my hobby kind of on the side, and it kept everything so pure. Everything was really just like capturing, it was second to my normal life. But now when you're in LA, the thing is your art or your career or whatever it is, and it's it's different.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way as well?
Totally. I mean, when I started making YouTube videos, it was like I just had these things I had to talk about, and then I experienced like crazy burnout. Like,
oh my God.
Basically during COVID, I was like, wait, I've said so much. Like, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. And then that's where the podcast came from, because I'm like, I would rather give the mic to someone else, and like then I'm living more life by having these conversations instead of just trying to keep pulling from my own experience. Like, I was like coming up with things. I was like, I'm not even really worried about this. Like, I'm just trying to think of something to talk about.
That's how I feel making stupid TikToks.
Yeah, and TikTok of it all.
Even songs, sometimes I'm like, I've explored this medium. I know what shapes make this melody. Like, I've made music that I love. So what do you do? What do you do? You either have to keep going. I don't know. Maybe it's just like you have to dig an even deeper secret cave to make the secret music that you haven't said yet. I don't know.
Well, also when you're 20, like from the time you're like 15, is that when you started writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 15 to 25. Like every year is like 10 years of life.
It was so beautiful.
And then like between 25 and like 35, I feel like time almost, it's faster. Like it goes faster.
Holy fucking shit.
Not to scare you or anything, but
no,
also
it's changing. It's changing every second. So the past 6 months, the past 6 weeks since I turned 25, my life has been completely different.
Really? Why do you think?
I'm just like, it's time to become a person, and now I'm like looking at everything.
Okay, I don't even think your brain is done developing yet. I think you're fine, right? Isn't it 26?
No, it's 25.
Oh shit, your brain's done.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I know.
I'm so sorry. But
I know.
it's so much more exciting. Like life.
Cool.
When I feel like from an artistic point of view though, I would also feel like, I don't know, like that time is so much more pivotal, and it's probably like easier to pull references from. But like now you're gonna like actually get into the meat and bones of who you really are, instead of just like finding out who that is.
Okay, that's beautiful to hear.
Right? I feel like you're gonna be great. The music will be great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Especially like if you keep writing I feel like your audience is like kind of your age, right? So they'll grow with you.
Me, yeah. We are getting older together, all of us.
It is crazy.
It's
Time never
crazy.
stops.
Are you close with your fans, your original YouTube fans?
Like in my age, or like are we still close?
Are
like
you still
as
close?
a bond?
As a bond?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you also say something interesting, I think, just about like humans in general. Like we all have like soul connections to each other, and I've always felt that so deeply in like the queer community. I feel like you just take it a step further and you're like everyone. But like there's something so special about being queer that you can talk to any single queer person and have like a common thread between you.
Totally.
So I feel like for me, my followers forever, like it's almost more like family, like chosen family vibes than. Yeah. And I think it just depends on what people see me as. I think for some people I'm like a big sister, and like for some people I'm like a peer.
Totally.
And I'm sure for some people I'm like a younger version of themselves. I have like much older followers who are like, I wish I came out when I was your age too. So it's like there's a wide gap of situation going on there.
beautiful.
Okay, can we talk more about your album?
No,
though?
we're gonna talk about both of us.
No, we definitely can't.
Okay,
This
good.
should be like a conversation.
Oh, so true.
Okay, so your album is called Sugar Water.
Yeah, it is.
And can you explain? Obviously, we just said what it's like, what it was. But what's the? And also, you're a philosophy major.
So true.
Or you're like, do you still say a philosophy major? I guess yeah.
Yeah.
You have a philosophy degree.
No, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I'm majoring in philosophy.
Okay, like you got it, right?
Yeah, I did get it.
You're done now.
I did get it.
Okay, you have a philosophy
so
degree.
So maybe I'm a philosopher.
You're a philosopher and a musician, both. That's awesome.
True. You're a philosopher too.
Barely.
No. Okay, wait. Question.
Yeah.
What is Now This Is Living?
Okay. Now This Is Living was my Tumblr handle. But my Tumblr handle originally was Don't Wait, Live Now. And it was just a quote I saw, which was like very Tumblr,
so
you know? But then I basically like someone started DMing me or like sending me asks on Tumblr being like, are you thirsty, Shannon? Do you need a beverage? So I realized that someone had figured out who I was and I was in the closet in Oklahoma. So I was like, no. So I deleted that Tumblr. And then I started coming out to people in my real life, like my mom, my dad, my sister. I came out to my family first.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, I'm bored and I want to like talk to people again. And like that was like where I was getting queer community was Tumblr. So I made a new Tumblr and I called it Now This Is Living because I had started to come out and I was like, this is what.
God.
So yeah, it's so deep on it. And now it's still stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Tomboy X. Tomboy X is my favorite underwear brand, but that's not all that they make. They make sustainable, gender, and size inclusive underwear, loungewear, and swimwear. They obsessively fit test to make sure you're comfortable all day, and they have sizes that range from XS to 6X. It's crazy. We're coming up on a year now of my podcast, which means a year of wearing Tomboy X religiously, exclusively, all the time. And I wouldn't change it for the world. They are really, truly like the most comfortable underwear, but also the best looking underwear that I've ever worn. And the fact that they're queer founded and queer run is just like the icing on the cake. I will never go back to any other underwear at this point. Tomboy X is like the go-to only thing I will wear, especially their boy shorts. I highly, highly recommend them. Also, every bra on their website is 100% wire-free. So if you are in the need for new bras and you are like me and you don't want an underwire, go to tomboyx.com. It's so important to support queer businesses, especially with the holiday season. So if you're looking for a present, I highly recommend you go to tomboyx.com, use my code Shannon so they know I sent you, and get 20% off your first order. That's tomboyx.com, code word Shannon. This episode is sponsored by Shopify. I have exclusively used Shopify to sell all the products I've ever sold since the beginning of my internet career. So that's years and years now. And what I was selling and how I was selling in the very beginning of time to now has grown exponentially, and Shopify has grown with me, which is chef's kiss. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. They have the #1 checkout on the planet, which is also thanks to their not so secret Shop Pay, which boosts conversions up to 50%, which means way less carts go abandoned and sales go way up. So if you're looking to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are strolling or scrolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, or anywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that I use at Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/x's, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/x's and upgrade your selling today. And one more time, that's shopify.com/x's. This episode is sponsored by Hinge, the dating app designed to be deleted. The holidays are crazy. I know everyone is super busy, but I want to encourage you to reflect back on 2024 and your dating. What was it like? Did you like it? Do you want to change it in 2025? What did you do? How did it go? What do you want in the new year? Before the new year, take some time, refresh your Hinge profile, reflect, look at it. Is it who you are today? When's the last time you changed it? Maybe your hairstyle has changed, or maybe your goals have changed. Maybe your personality has changed. Maybe your prompts don't really align with who you are right now. So go back through, double check, change some things, update some things. I think the thing that's so nice about Hinge is that you have those prompts. So you get a chance to know someone's personality a little bit before you just end up on a date with them. Because if we were all just dating on looks, I think no one would be that happy. So luckily Hinge has those prompts for you. Check out yours. Make sure they still align with what you want and who you are. So much can change in a year. So refresh your Hinge profile early or download Hinge and set your 2025 dating intentions now. So
Wow.
I'm a philosopher too.
Yeah, you are. Wait, that's beautiful.
I have a finance degree. So
You have a finance degree?
yeah, I'm a finance major.
Shut
I'm gonna say that.
Wait, like finance, is that kind of like microeconomics vibes, or is it like account?
It was like finance, bro. Like I could
Finance,
have
bro.
gone and worked at like
Wow.
but I was never gonna use it.
like price, quantity.
Yeah,
that
all
stuff?
that kind of stuff. I don't do anything with it, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And also I
I
wasn't.
bet you do.
I really don't.
Do you crunch the numbers kind of for the business?
Oh, hell no.
So-
The numbers are crunching me. I'm not crunching any numbers. I have people who help me because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But just goes to show. I feel
Yeah.
like college, though, is such a...
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter what you study if you have the privilege to go, which
Totally.
is such a privilege. It's so much more about growing up
Totally.
than it is about like
Totally.
necessarily what you're learning.
Yeah.
Or it was for me.
Yeah, the lessons in between, in the in between moments. Absolutely.
Okay, wait. What is the philosopher's name where you got sugar water?
Oh my god. Yeah. I feel it's crazy. I can't tell this story in a smooth way ever. Every time I answer this question. Well, it was kind of like a Tolstoy story. This guy, Tolstoy, this writer, and I read this story in school where this guy basically is hanging on a branch. Okay, so
You've got this. You've got this.
so this guy is hanging on a branch over a pit of dragons that are going to devour him. He's hanging. Have you heard this already? Whatever.
I've heard it, but you have
You
to
heard
explain
it.
it for everyone else.
He's hanging on a branch, and then he's about to fall to his death, and then the branch is being chewed up by rats, and he's gonna fall either way. Blah blah blah. Oh my god, it's so terrible. And the branch is breaking, and as he's hanging there, this one drop of like sweet honey sugar water falls onto his tongue. And the question of the story is like, can you even taste the sweetness of the drop or in that moment, or like can you enjoy life's pleasures knowing that it's going to end and knowing that terrible things happen and all the suffering in the world? And Tolstoy basically says you can't taste the sweetness.
You can or you can't.
Cannot. So we and there's but that was just kind of the inspiration for this concept, because there's like a crazy illustration with it, and it's so freaky. And it was the first time that I had seen this like feeling illustrated of just like, how can you enjoy the moment knowing it's passing, and how can you like be I've always been like an existential and like a kind of anxious existential person, and
I feel that.
and so I was like, oh, that's how it feels. That it feels like the sweetness on your tongue with these terrible stakes.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can taste it or can't?
I think the point. So then my album offers a solution, which is less so sweet versus unsweet, and more so that the loss in life, the changing of friendships, the changing of, ending college, things ending, childhood ending, that, and people dying and like losing things in life is part of this greater whole that when someone dies, you see them everywhere suddenly. And that's what the last song Bloom is kind of about. And like that the loss and the love are the same, different sides of the same coin, kind of.
Yeah. Just different letters.
Different. Yes, Shannon.
I know.
Wait, you've been blasting the album?
Yes, I know. I love your music. You don't believe it.
What? We just followed each other on Instagram today.
I know, but I feel like I forget sometimes about like Instagram and artists. Like I'm so like Spotify driven as a person.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you listen to my like pandemic era time stuff?
I've heard a lot. I heard more of your music from before, like just through TikTok, to be fair. Yeah. This album, I like actually listened to your whole album. Well, it's your only album.
Yeah, it's my own.
Your first album, but
yeah, Shannon,
but you have EPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You've been making some music.
Thank you. Wait, so true.
So true. So true.
That's awesome.
That's like a beautiful concept of like an album.
Yeah, thank you.
And I feel like I don't know. I appreciate when an artist has like an actual like concept, but I also appreciate music that people are just like, I just fucked with all those songs and I put them on an album. Like
totally.
I don't think we have as many rules when it comes to music like that anymore.
Totally.
Also, it must have been very interesting for you to be going through your early 20s in like the time of 2020 to 2024. Yeah. Because in that time alone too, like I just remember when I was 21, the world felt not as like dark and scary and like natural disasters felt fewer between, even though maybe they were as bad, but like something changed. Well, there was just like so much bad stuff that happened back to back to back, like with COVID and then Black Lives Matter and then like so many things are going on still right now that I'm like, that's a lot to deal with as a young person. Like very scary.
Totally.
And definitely like, feel like there's more like inevitable doom that we're seeing all day, every day in 2024 than we were like in 2016.
Totally. Yeah. When some of the music I was putting out in the early pandemic, I had written before the pandemic. So I can really see a line in my music of the stuff I wrote before the pandemic and afterwards.
For sure.
And it's that exact same thing. But I'm glad, even though it feels like we live in this darker world, it's also, the general public is more attuned to the reality of the world. It's like just
for sure
more out there, and which means it feels like it is changing faster too. And we're in this crazy moment, like even technology is gonna be so different in 3 years.
I know, it's so scary.
And like we're just here in this moment, and we have, I don't know. I have a crazy time. The future,
crazy time.
It's a crazy time.
And a crazy time to be growing up, like for you. Obviously, we're all always growing up. Yeah, you're just in such a pivotal time in your life.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like it?
Yeah. I mean, 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
25 is a great year, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 25?
What was I doing at 25? I was dating my ex-girlfriend who you opened for on tour.
Shout out.
And I was really doing YouTube still. So
out here?
Yeah. I've been, because I'm 32. I moved out here when I was 22. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
22.
10 years?
Yeah. Has it been 10 years? No, I moved in 2015.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's about to be 10 years.
So crazy. It's so crazy. I don't know if I can handle that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, should we talk about dating?
Okay,
Are you interested?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Do you love dating?
Do I love dating? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Have you had like many relationships in your early 20s?
I've had many relationships in my early 20s.
Okay.
What about you?
In my early 20s or now?
Past 15 years.
I've had like 4 main relationships.
Me too. I've had 4 main relationships.
How have they been for you?
4 is a great number. They've been great.
Yeah?
Yeah, they keep getting better.
That's good.
Yeah. They're all great. They're all great.
Definitely happens with age too, I guess.
Yeah.
You start to know what you want more.
Totally.
And it's not just like the overwhelming, like, I'm just in love to be in love. feelings.
Really? Okay.
I think. I
Yeah.
don't really actually fucking know.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I should be giving dating advice that much. I try not to.
Are you in a relationship right now?
I am in a relationship right now.
That's awesome. How long have you been in the relationship?
Since like January. We started dating in January. So
Okay, amazing. So basically when I moved to LA.
yeah.
Great.
Wow. Oh my God, I can't believe it's November.
I know.
Are you in a relationship right now?
I'm in a relationship right now.
A long distance relationship?
It's a long distance relationship.
Have you ever been in a long distance relationship before?
Not this amount of time. Yeah. We've been together like 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How do you like long distance?
Oh, it's fucking lit, man. No, it's we're pretty good at it, you know? We're good at it. And that's almost like, damn, I just air my tea publicly. That's almost where the issue is, because we're just like so fine at having like a digital girlfriend. So I have a digital girlfriend. I fall asleep with my digital girlfriend, like on digital pillow talk.
Yeah.
Like and that's so normal to me. And I'm like, shoot, am I not making friends? Am I not like going outside as much as I should? And I think we both like want to, you know, like make sure we're like living our whole 20s. So it's like always deciding, but we're still so good at it, and we're so obsessed with each other. So I don't know. Yeah. You know?
I feel you.
You know?
It's hard. I was in a long distance relationship too. For a while at one point. I feel like it is so easy to like want to stay home and talk to that person and not be necessarily like investing in your life around you.
Totally.
But I honestly feel like that's the same problem with real life girlfriend.
Yeah.
Where you're just investing with each other a lot of time. So even if you are leaving your house and going somewhere.
Girlfriend. Oh,
you have a real life girlfriend too.
I miss that.
But outside of the digital space.
Uh-huh.
But
true.
A lot of people are like, I've been seeing so many things on TikTok and stuff of people praising a long distance relationship for how much freedom it can give you if you do choose to like find a good balance between them. Because like it is so easy to become codependent, I feel like, in general. So
totally.
Especially for girls. I feel like it's even easier just because we can kind of do everything together.
I know. I didn't realize. I was like, this was my first like serious girlfriend. So I have always taken that codependent like desire for queerness. Even with these boys, I would like beg them to just sleep over to always be together, and they were like, what is going on? And finally, me and my girlfriend, we both want that. We both want to be inseparable all the time. Okay, wait. Saying too much. Yeah. So I love hanging out all the time.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, literally, like, that person becomes your best friend, too. And you're like, why would I want to hang out with anyone but you?
And I'm terrified right now of, like, we're 2 years in, and I cannot even imagine not talking or not being family forever.
Feel that.
So I'm, like, have really no gauge on what. I think that's that queer vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm like a little bit terrified for sure. I'm in so deep, bro.
Do you feel like you've had like your heart actually broken before?
Yeah, like one little time.
One little time.
One little time.
Just one little time.
In high school too, it felt deep these times, these formative
of course
ones, but they weren't like real, I guess, looking back.
Yeah, I think when you are an adult too, like things start to get more intertwined, like, and the longer you're together, it's like you're making roots with someone, and then you also become tied to like family and friends, and like your lives are kind of like, you can't distinguish where yours ends and theirs begins. It's gonna be okay though.
Yeah, it is. Oh no,
it's a
life is so hard, bro.
Well, that's the crazy thing about relationships in general, is it's such a risk. Like,
yeah, it's such a risk.
They either work out, really, there's two main ways they work out. And it's like, either you're together forever or you're not. But
totally. And if you're together forever, still someone's gonna die before the other.
Oh my God, Maude, you made it way scarier. It's worse.
I'm sorry. No, it is. It's terrible. And that's all of life. It's like, that's what the album is about, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just that's what the song, yeah, Whirlpool. It's like, in this realm, everything beautiful dies. Everything that lives dies. Like, this world we live in where the rule is that there's equal parts.
Mm-hmm. And it's imminent.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think after we die, okay, shit, we can cut this out. I think after we die, there's like a total unending nothingness and peace, and like that's not how the world works anymore. Like things don't die anymore, but I think there's a chance there's a huge amount of peace later. So we get to live in this reckless world where everything dies and is fucking awesome and fucking terrible at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just so temporary.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is basic, dumb ass thoughts, actually.
No, but it's so real. But yeah, I think the idea that everything is imminent is just like also just so scary that, and also it makes falling in love so scary too, because then every amount of investment further in, you're like, and that could mean I get that much more hurt.
Damn, that song just reminded me about how much more I could sing about. I think it's like I've been writing so many love songs since I've been in love for these 2 years, like, and I'm sometimes worried that like I'm better at writing breakup songs.
Okay, that is just a trope. You have to know that is literally. I think every artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think every artist musically and just like
Thinks
artists in general, we obviously are so much more. I feel like it's easier to draw off of pain than it is off of pleasure, like love. So I feel like so many artists that I know are like,
they have
it's
to fuck
easier
their life
to, yeah, it's like
make a song.
Exactly. But I think that's not true.
I know.
I think it's just rooted in fear. And also you can still draw from bad experiences even when you're living a good one.
Mm-hmm. I kind of have a promise that I can only write about stuff that's true.
Okay.
But the thing is, but you're right. I think it's just harder you have to be more vulnerable and honest to like write a song about the scary feelings you have when you're in a happy relationship.
Totally.
It's just harder work, kind of.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
When I dated my ex, her whole album that she was putting out while we were like falling in love was about her ex. So it was like all very like heartbreak songs. And I was like, so are you happy though? Like, are we good here?
Shoot,
what's going on?
It's on a delay. It's on a delay. You're singing about 2 years ago. Yeah. Always.
But do you feel like you do that? Or do you feel like you're really trying to draw from like
the moment? Yeah. I think the release schedule's on a delay.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so crazy. Because even though you wrote a song today,
it's hard
no
to
one's
be
going to hear it for like who knows how long.
Totally. But it is hard to write about the moment. It's like you have to be it's hard to write about the moment.
Do you think, are you more scared dating, like having your first serious relationship with a girl over the relationships you've had before?
Yeah, why was that not that as scary? Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I cannot speak to how our decoupling will be. I cannot even.
You don't have to decouple. you don't have to skip ahead.
Decouple. Totally. Yeah, I know I cannot even brace myself for what the
that
fallout
could be.
Yeah,
that's so fair.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are your parents still together?
Yeah, they are. They're super in love. They're like falling in love again in their middle age.
Love that for them.
Yeah.
How does that work? How do we make sure that we have that same life?
I know. I think they are. It is the best friendship. I think it's like, they like to like read books and learn new things, and they complement each other's curiosity and have the same life philosophy of like learning, going to museums and like stuff like that.
That's so cute.
To do things together.
What was their reaction to like your queerness?
Yeah, totally. So true. We've come on a beautiful journey. Now they've learned so much, and now like my girlfriend's like part of the family. Like it's so beautiful, and it makes me tear up to just like think about how earthquake to how how much they love her, and they all get along so well, and they're lolling, making fun of me, and like it's so cute.
That's so nice.
Yeah. What about you?
My parents and my queerness.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They were good. I had like an experience in high school that kind of like they all thought it was like kind of alluded I was maybe gay. Mm-hmm. So then by the time I did come out, I feel like it was at least not like a shock to them.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I think both of them really operated from the space of, I just don't want your life to be any harder.
Totally. That's what the parents are frequently thinking.
Totally. Which, if anything, being gay has made my life easier. Like, it's like everything I draw from is because of it. So I always talk about, I feel like there's some like influencers or people who are like, I don't want to make being gay my whole thing.
Right.
And I'm like, it's my whole thing. And that's okay. Like, I think it has to be some people's whole thing.
Totally.
Do you feel like how do you want to like incorporate your queerness into
being gay my whole thing?
Your project?
That's so funny. Yeah, it's such a good question. I think, well, I came out when I was in 9th grade in high school, and
that's giving New York.
I know. That's because I went to an all-girls school. I fell in love, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was freaking out. And then I only had serious relationships with. I mean, I had a girlfriend for like 2 weeks in high school, but I only had serious relationships with some boys in the meantime. I'm bi. I'm bi. Shout out bisexual. I'm pan. Because I just love people.
That's so fair. I love that.
People.
That was like, that delivery of that coming out was great that you just did.
Thank you.
I'm bi. I'm pan.
I'm fluid. My gender, like it's all so fluid. And when I'm have dated a boy, there's like queerness in how we operate as well. So much so. What the hell was I talking about? How is queerness incorporated in my project? Yeah. And I mean, dude. Yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, my project. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you're inherently queer. The same way that you're going to bring your queerness into your relationships with men if you have them.
Totally.
You're going to bring your queerness into your project.
Totally. And before I even was singing about love, I was singing about wearing bright colors and being yourself and being sick of small talk and like looking at the stars and feeling life. And I feel like that is where my queerness comes from. It's coming from this love for living and love of love and seeing love in everything. And like I bring my queerness to talking to strangers on the street, like just believing fundamentally in people and in souls, that you can just connect with someone, and that feels so related to just like this like expansive vision of love that like queer people embody, because we've searched for love and like had to like define it and think about it and consider it. And so
that's so true. I think there's so much to say for like we had to search for it. I think that's such a thing for queer people. Like it's not the world is so heteronormative that we're not just fed the love that we desire. So to go find it, you have to like literally go out of your way.
Chills. Yeah.
So
totally. Do
you feel like, okay, but your visuals are also pretty queer.
Yeah, what are they?
Like your most recent music video.
My music video where me and Georgia fall in love.
Yeah. You and Georgia Bridgers. Adorable blonde on blonde couple.
Yeah, it was.
We'd love to see that. We don't get it a lot.
And sometimes we get it.
Yeah, and we got it.
And me and Georgia are both, we're both booed up, both of our partner, and we go on double dates, the four of us, all the time.
As you should.
So, and then we music videoed.
Music video.
Then we music videoed. Yeah.
The video is so good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's
so fun.
So good.
Georgia's such a good actress. Like she made it awesome. And I was so nervous to kiss. I was so nervous.
Is that your first like on-screen kiss?
It was so scary. And so, yeah, I have tea to say, but whatever.
What were you scared of?
Because no one looks cute when they're kissing in my heart. I don't feel like,
I have that fear as well.
yeah.
Like, I can't watch like in a reality show, like if on The Bachelor or something when they kiss, I'm like, ew. Like I don't want to see it. When it's like real kissing
Wait,
too.
you're a Bachelor stan?
I definitely watch.
Me effing too.
I definitely be watching.
Yeah.
Lots of reality. Same with Love Island too.
Yeah,
And the Love Island kisses, far too aggressive sometimes. I'm like,
Totally.
I don't want to know people like that.
Totally. Wait, so do you watch all the Ultimatum?
Mm-hmm.
Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
That's
consuming.
my taste.
I'm consuming it. I want gay versions of all of those shows though.
Yeah.
Like only queer.
I know it's gonna be awesome. You've seen I Kissed a Girl, right? On Hulu.
I haven't seen it because
You start today.
I needed to get a VPN and then now it's out.
Yeah.
I know. So I haven't I need to catch up.
You're gonna love it.
I know I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Talk about we have to search these things out.
It's exactly.
You have to go watch. But I think I don't know. I can appreciate. I used to like not hate. That's not the right word. But it used to be harder for me to watch shows that were just like showing straight relationships because I was feeling so like I didn't resonate with them.
Yeah.
Especially when I was younger. And now as an adult,
Now you love it.
I'm just like, okay, I have love in my life. So I don't need it to be constantly like shown to me as much as I did when I was younger.
Totally.
But
But
I
the
still
couples,
want it.
I mean, it's crazy to watch what heteronormative couples
it's so
do.
it is so and like their standards of what is
Totally.
acceptable and what is not. Like they're like, he asked me what my favorite color is. Like he really cares. I'm like,
oh, it's so heartbreaking. And also, you watch the shows and you're like, every girl there is queer.
oh my god, so many of them.
And they all love each other when all the girls form all these deep friendships and they're like, I've never felt anything like this.
I know.
It's because you're in love.
I love being a woman because of the like freedom of getting to have those relationships and not even have to acknowledge a queerness to it.
Yeah.
Whereas like men do not have that opportunity. I mean, it's their own fault because they created the system, but they don't have like the opportunity to connect like that without
I think they're
the
growing
fear.
though. I think they're starting to realize that they're
Holding themselves back.
and that they're bi.
Yeah, that they're bi.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they would fuck. I forgot we're recording. They're gonna love the straight boys are gonna love once they start hooking up with their friends. They're gonna realize what they were missing. And I think it's just a great way for dudes to express they should really be hooking up with each other.
They should really hook up with each other.
Because in Greek, let me just say, in Greek society, it was a homoerotic society. These
people were just having sex to have sex, and sex wasn't connected to sexuality. Like it wasn't connected to your own sexuality.
And I think it would help men kind of grow through the toxic.
Yeah, they should just sleep with each other.
Yeah.
And leave us alone.
I know.
Unless they're good ones. And
exactly.
I know you're buying pants. So not all of you. Not all men.
Don't. Except it's okay. All men.
Yeah, all men.
Yeah. Everyone. And even us internalizing. There's so much, in queer spaces even, I think there's so many more conversations that haven't been had yet in queer, in femme queer, not femme, in queer spaces.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes girlies think they can do no wrong coming on to a girl in a certain way, but there's so many more layers of
oh my god. There's a shit ton of toxic masculinity in lesbian culture. Yeah. It's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like I always think back to like college, and I hate when guys like are walking through a kitchen or something. I always think about it in like a kitchen because there's always like an island
I'm
and
with
there's
you.
so much room, and they like put their hand on your back to get by you just because they like can and want to. Lesbians do that. I'm like, don't touch me like that. Let's just get back. There's room for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's stuff like that.
It's just like little things. I'm like, wow, we're no better than them sometimes.
Totally. And I've been in spaces with will go with my girlfriend somewhere, and watching the way people hit on my girlfriend is crazy.
Because your girlfriend is like less femme than you.
Yeah, totally. And these girls, like, I think they project their full queerness onto her in this moment, and they do fucked shit.
Really?
It's so weird.
I don't like that.
Yeah. But it's like, and girls think they can just do that. Because they're girls.
I know. And yeah. And because like, I feel like we do have a problem. There's so much like, there's still so much like binary stuff happening where it's like, okay, if you're a little bit less feminine, then I can treat you more like a boy. But it's like, I'm not a boy. I am a girl at the end of the day.
Totally.
So, but it's like, I think it's just getting confusing because people are like playing with their gender expression so much more, I feel like, in 2024. Whereas even maybe in like the early 2000s, there were like butches and femmes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like very, and now we have like a lot more blending in the middle. And like people who will go from like high femme to like mask in a matter of days. And you're like, oh, okay. And then back again.
Yeah.
I wish I had that fluidity, but I do not. You're more fluid with your expression.
Totally. And you have the fluidity within your soul. Like we all have that.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like,
but the expression part is so, I feel like as an artist you get away with so much, like all artists, like in a fun way, where you get to explore things that maybe aren't even what you really want to wear, but like for a shoot or for a
so true
music video or something, you get to just like try on different things.
Yeah.
Which is what a privilege, because then you can actually figure out what those things, what is true to you and what is just like play.
Totally. I love being different every day. It's totally.
Wait, can we talk about Camp Flogna?
Yeah, we can talk about Camp Flogna.
How was it?
It was great. For the record, everyone, I texted Shannon, like, I was like, I'm gonna be hungover. I'm going to the festival. Like, I was secretly gunning to like buy the ability to push for 2 hours, but like, I didn't need to.
Yeah, you're great.
It was fucking awesome. Everyone was amazing. I love music festivals so much.
That's fair.
That's fair. Do you not kind of?
No, I really did them. I really did them.
Okay, great. I'm just doing them right now.
Yeah, you're doing them. I went to like Bonnaroo like 7 or 8 times.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got like such a big experience of them.
Yeah.
But I still love them. I love them, but it's just, I don't know. It just depends on which ones.
Yeah.
They're so different, every single one.
Yeah.
Like, I think Coachella is...
Coachella? Are you going to go this year?
It's just like probably the one I like the least.
Did you like the least?
Like, I really do love like the Bonnaroo that no one's trying to look
never
good.
Been.
It's just so gross because it's like in Manchester, Tennessee, and it's like very hot, and most people camp. So like when I think any festival where the majority of people are camping, the vibe is going to switch to a much more like everyone is grungy and being themselves, and like there's not so much. I just feel like Coachella, like I already live in LA, so I already get that experience all the time of people caring so much what they look like, and which is fun.
Yeah,
I get why people enjoy it, but I also am like, I've got enough of that in my life.
That makes total sense. Well, then it sounds like we have to go weekend 2, and we got.
Oh my god, yeah! I've been to weekend 2, and it's better.
And it's better, yeah.
Do you you've performed at music festivals?
I have, and so I have barely gone as a consumer, so now I'm really taking every chance I can to go.
As you should.
Just to consume.
What are those shows like when you're performing?
They are the most epic thing in the entire world. It's the best feeling in the entire life.
Do you feel like you get a lot of new like fans from doing music festivals?
I have only played like relatively early slots thus far.
I feel you.
The baby artist I am. But
still, because people are like, just walking by. Like that's just like an exposure you can't necessarily get.
Totally. And it's so, oh my god, it's so magic. The feeling is really amazing.
You performed Lollapalooza.
I did.
What other ones did you do?
I performed Lolla. I performed Gov Ball, which is like the New York festival. So that was super full circle. Like I went on
That's cool.
the morning after my prom in high school. And so that was meant a lot to me. I played at All Things Go a few years ago.
It's iconically very gay.
Yeah.
Things
so
go.
True.
Their lineups tend to be.
They're killing it. I played Music Midtown in Atlanta. I played ACL.
Oh, fun.
ACL is fucking awesome.
Yeah. ACL is like Lollapalooza to me.
Yeah.
Very similar
Yeah.
energy going on.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But that's so fun.
Austin's so cool.
Okay. Speaking of live music, I heard you're going on tour. Also, did it like go live like 20 minutes ago?
No, in 40 minutes.
Okay.
Wait, Shannon, who briefs you?
We were talking about it before you got here. But are you so excited?
I'm so excited.
You've done a headlining tour before?
I've done a headline tour, yeah.
But-
I've only headlined until my most recent tour with Fletcher.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are you so stoked? Because you're also,
so stoked.
you'll have so much more music.
I'll have so much more music, and I'm really going to be touring the album. So it's going to be bringing this like immersive, trippy album to life. And
Fun.
You have to be there.
I will definitely be there.
Okay, great.
I can't wait to see it.
Regent,
Los Angeles, last show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Shannon. I'm
I know.
touched.
I got a good memory sometimes.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Do you have like the visuals and stuff? Do you know what it's
I'm
gonna
making
be?
it right now. Yeah.
Cool.
No.
What is the date of the tour?
It starts on like March 1st, kind of,
Okay.
for the whole month.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going on tour in March too. I know. And I'm announcing my tour this week too.
Wait, I want to come to your tour.
Okay, we'll have to see if we line up in any of the cities.
How many are you? How long is it?
Mine is like, it's definitely short. It's only like 12
Cool.
dates.
And do you do like live podcast?
Yeah, I'm
taping?
gonna just literally do the podcast, but in front of people.
Fun. Are you gonna bring guests?
There will be a guest in every city.
That's so fun.
I know. I'm very excited. Everyone, you should go see Maude on tour. It's gonna be amazing, and the links for all of that will be in my bio below.
Amazing.
Should we quickly, briefly, talk about sex?
Yeah, sure.
Do you ever talk about sex?
Like not really, but I'm down.
Okay. I should be good at doing it by now because I'm
You
supposed to do
every
it every week.
Podcast.
I feel like this is like mild sex, but what is it? How is it kissing someone else when you have a partner? Like, how is that on your relationship?
Oh my god. In the music video, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No. I guess it was the music video. Yeah, I was really nervous.
Yeah.
I was super nervous. I think my girlfriend was like, she kind of wanted to be in the video, and I was like stressed about if it should be her, because I post her so much, and the blurry lines of being public about it is so confusing.
Yep. I feel that.
Yeah,
Yep.
And I mean, I'm like, whatever. But then, so she was kind of like, don't want to talk about the video. She knew I was doing it. And then when she watched it back, she watched me and Georgia kiss. She was like, oh, wait. Yeah, you guys have no chemistry. You're not in love. Like, she didn't give a fuck.
That's good.
Yeah, totally.
But that could be like a tough thing, I think, just in general. I wish I was like someone who was like, yeah, that's hot. Like when
people kiss, when your lover kisses someone else.
I feel like do you feel like there's like so much, especially honestly in your age group, like so many more people being like non-monogamous or like open relationship vibes?
Totally. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think theoretically, I think it's awesome. In my head, I think it would be cute to see I could get like jealous in a fun way, but I think that no, I could potentially get jealous in a fun way, but it's kind of only in my head though, because I think actually living it would be so much harder.
That's the thing that's so hard about openness, is like you don't know until you try. And like, you know what I mean? Like the thought of it could be scary or exciting or good or bad, and then when it's actually happening, it could be a completely different feeling.
I had a boyfriend once, and we kind of broke up, and we still cared about each other, and we were able to live this like kind of secret open life and still support each other. And that gave me a glimmer, but maybe we were just over it. I was not into it anymore. I don't remember.
It's so hard to know.
I know.
It's so hard to know. We may never know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like making like overtly sexual visuals or like music videos and stuff? Does it make you feel exposed? Because like you're saying you were scared to kiss, but like
I was scared to kiss. Have I done it? Have I made overtly sexual?
Like, are you going to continue to push that boundary at all?
Push that boundary? I have no idea. Like I think I would make a beautiful video with my girlfriend and like, and I think you need to have chemistry with the person kind of. I don't know. I think I like talking about like my song Sugar Water, for example. Can you spit sugar water straight into my mouth?
Sounding sexual.
Right. But is it, you know? and like in the Latour universe, I like how maybe we can like have these weird things that are not necessarily sexual. That line to me kind of was like, can you inject the sweetness of life directly into my veins as directly as possible in the most like intimate, like gross, non-sexual, like weird, like bodily but not sexual kind of ways. And I like exploring that like other weird body being embodied in non necessarily sexual ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like not so overt.
Yeah.
Like more like
just weird, freaky. Yeah. I don't know. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious about I think I've always struggled singing about being in body. Like my songs are very heady and cerebral, and sometimes I'll be writing a song and I'm not like listening to my feelings in my body. I'm like the lyrics are like conceptualizing things, and like I feel very immaterial and non-physical, and sometimes that comes up in my sex life of like feeling about not being as present and yeah.
Like, do you feel like you like intellectualize a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
I also feel like in a sexual way, I can get very much like in my own brain, like while I'm hooking up in a way where I'm like, can you shut the fuck up? Like God. I talk about it a lot. I feel like I've talked about it a good amount on this podcast, but like talking during sex, like out loud, I can struggle with, because if I go to say something, I'll think about what I'm going to say. Totally. It's not very like, sometimes there's a divine sexual moment and I'm like totally present and everything is just so organic and it's amazing. And then that's why I think in times where I'm at all in my head, I'm like, well, I can't say that. What if she thinks it's stupid? Yeah. Or what if it like doesn't land? Or what if
the vibe?
Where's that coming from? Like, and then I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking?
I know.
So then I'm like, maybe I should just not talk so that I don't think about what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
It's just like so much in my own brain all the time.
What tips are there in the world that we can talk about?
I don't know, because you know what else?
It's so real. I think so many people feel like that. I think especially our overstimulated generation, like we're so on our phones, we're always having these rapid thoughts. It's like, why would our generation suddenly know how to clear our minds during sex? Like there's no way we can.
Totally. And I feel like I also had I think this is kind of a classic problem, but I guess we'll see when I say it. But I think I had this idea that if I would drink or like be high or something, then like I would turn that off more. Yeah. But in reality, it's the same. And if anything, then I feel less, like, you know what I mean? Right. Especially drinking. Absolutely. Like, it's like you're so much less sensitive. So then I think it's just like a backwards way of thinking that of like a solution that's not actually a real solution. Totally. Like, I think the real solution is, I feel like for me, is like when I feel really connected to my partner before we even go into hooking up. Totally. And then I'm like, not that all of this feels so organic that there's nothing in me that's like, did I do that right? Should I have done that like that? Should I have like, should I turn the light on? Should I turn the light off? Should I close the door? Should I do that? Like, that's the kind of thoughts I'll also have in my head. Yeah. So interesting. Music, sometimes playing music, the right music. Maybe, I think sometimes like breathing deeply, like together, breathing. It's like, true. And maybe sometimes even saying every fucking thought that comes on your mind, like being like, I will say sometimes like, I am out of body right now. Like, sorry, and then we have to talk, and I'm like, have to say the things that are intrusive thoughts I'm having and whatever things I'm thinking about. That's so fair. Also, especially if you're in a relationship, like your partner loves you. So to remind yourself of that and to like let yourself be vulnerable and be like, I want to be present with you right now, but I am definitely overthinking some things. Yeah. And then just like getting through it. It's just, sex is just so sensitive too, because you don't want you don't want your partner to think that you being in your head has anything to do with them.
Totally.
Because then, but like, because so rarely does it. For me personally, like
Totally.
usually when I'm in my head, it's like totally, I think it's just like, it's almost like self-destructive. Like it's like, I think I'm like, oh, I might get in my head. And then you start doing it. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
I do think smoking weed, actually, being high, having sex is, my brain can be a little quieter.
Right.
But drinking, I think, is such a backwards mechanism of like what could actually.
And then you don't really remember it as well.
It's just like not, it's like that wasn't.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't make you feel more fulfilled or more connected in my brain.
And connectivity is totally the goal.
Totally the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's nice to admit that we're scared or nervous. Well, or like that we're elsewhere. Like once you say that, like you're right where you are because like it's okay that our minds are the way they are.
Totally.
Yeah.
And also I just wonder how many people know that people like us are also like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
totally.
You see us as like maybe one way of like a confident whatever. It's like even the most confident person you know
totally
could be having something so similar to you sexually.
Yeah.
Also, that's why I wanted to make this podcast, because I feel like I had no, like, speaking of searching for stuff, you know, like I feel like I had no role models talking about sex in a way that didn't like feel really, really sexual, like in a like
totally.
Which sometimes this podcast will get like more like it could be like what color is your strap on, but like also sometimes it's like this. And I just feel like I didn't have a lot of like queer representation like that. I had like the L word, and then they were just like fucking like a lot. In a way where I was like, okay, everyone knows exactly what they're doing unless you're Jenny, and Jenny's like, what do I do with it? Anyway.
No, I so agree. And I think, no, first of all, I think we still don't know how to talk about it. We're still at such baby stages as a human like collective at talking about this. We're so off still on like how these conversations could go, how kids like learn about, are introduced to like,
oh my god,
puberty, everything, and like I don't know, growing up, I felt this. I think it's part of how my music came to be. I was so I was really freaked out by body and growing up and puberty. Like I was really disturbed, spiritually wrecked by the thought that puberty was happening, and it's that
makes sense.
And it made me like detach from my like body groundedness. Like it was so like, what the hell? Sorry, saying my deepest truths out here.
No, but it is so true. And parents, I mean, if you think about our parents and the tools they had, because they only have what their parents gave them.
Totally.
It's like so little.
Totally.
Yeah, I feel like no one really, even though and then you're like in 5th grade in a room with a bunch of people, and they put on a TV show of a cartoon, and then the little cartoon grows armpit hair and pubic hair, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're sitting next to like your friends being like, do you look like that yet? Or like, when is that gonna happen? And then I think I had Casey Tanner on, and she's like a queer sex therapist, and she talks about how everything like that is like almost like a little form of trauma, because it sticks with you, and like you're not really given the right tools. Like we're just given it's like that could happen to you. And that will happen to you. And talk about something that's inevitable.
Yeah. And I'm finding I'm unpacking that shit at 25, like in my relationship, but like these little those childhood type of moments.
Oh my god, yeah. It is really scary as you get older, realizing how much of you like stopped at like 5 years old.
The
like,
body remembers.
Your
the body
all
keeps
the
score.
same. Scary.
Yeah, totally.
But you can change so much.
Totally. There's so much healing to be done in your adult relationships, like for all of those tiny pains and little traumas and big traumas that we carry, like there's an equal and opposite, like infinitely opposite room for healing all of those things. Like
so true.
And like we're stronger because those bruises are there and have been and can get healed and deepen, and it makes us understand each other, like other people who have sexual trauma. Like there's such strength and like super understanding between
I agree.
people. Yeah, it's deep as fuck.
It is so deep.
And
okay,
it's gonna
now
heal
what's
the
your new
world.
album gonna be about? Like duality? I can't wait. It's gonna be something deep.
Whoa, yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have to let the music lead the way. Let's see what happens.
I can't wait.
happens.
I can't wait to listen. I can't wait to see what your visuals for your tour look like.
Oh, thanks,
I hope that
Shannon.
everyone goes and sees you on your concert, your
Thank you. You too.
headlining new album concert. Okay, do you have anything else you want to tell the people that's coming up?
No, come to the Sugar Water tour and the Shannon Beveridge tour.
Fuck yeah. I hope we're in the same city the same night.
That would be
sometime.
I'll be there.
We'll
Can't
look.
wait.
Okay. You guys can follow Maude on all her socials. They're below in the description, and the tickets to her concert will be in there too. And yeah, anything else that you guys need from her is below. Yay.
Bye.
Bye. This episode was sponsored by Hinge, the dating app designed to be deleted. The holidays are crazy. I'm sure you're very busy, but when you're on an airplane or you're sitting on the couch with your family watching a movie you've seen a million times, or adjusting to a time change when you've gone home and you're just up scrolling on your phone, take some time to actually reflect back on your dating habits in 2024 and think about what you want to bring into 2025. And when you do that, also go ahead and update your Hinge profile so it reflects what that is, who you are, who you want to be, who you want to date, who do you want to attract. This is the time to do it. Refresh your Hinge profile today or download Hinge and set your dating intentions for 2025 now.